Hey, everybody. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming in. Thank you so much. Sorry I had my mic on mute. Hey, May. How you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. Also, one of my channel members. Appreciate you, Baby Girl Vibes. Appreciate you coming in also. Thank you so much. Last night, investigation. Uh, we didn't stay very long last night. I didn't really feel 100% doing an investigation. I was tired, I guess, so I was washing the house and stuff like that. But I will try and make it up to everybody and do a little better investigation next time around. So my next one probably will be the 28th, where I'm gonna go spend the night up there in the cemetery. So uh, that is pretty much all I have for announcements right now. I'm still working on getting the thing for Richmond Hill. I'm still working on getting that location. They hadn't got back in touch with me yet, so I'm still trying to get our foot in the door there. Hey, Bud Files, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. Um, I don't really have much for tonight, not less if anybody wants to come up for open mic here in a little bit. Uh, we'll wait till we get a few more people in here. Hey, PW, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Um, I know Professional Paranormal Research is on live right now. He started their live tonight at 9. And there's another one is on right now also. Uh, I can't remember all of them. But I've been watching some of the crocheting channels right now. Some of those are still on. My buddy Record Crate, he's still on. So everybody will probably be over here in a little bit, but that's okay if they don't. I really appreciate it. Uh, Glad that you are doing well, PW. Appreciate you so much for coming in. I do want to say thanks everybody for going over and catching the Spirit Brothers today. I didn't get to stay very long because me and my wife went to seen our nieces, and we went to the farm, had a funnel cake, spent some time with each other for a little while, and uh, done all that stuff today. So let's see. When we get a little more people in here, we will do the open mic. We will wait till they come in. Any questions y'all want to know about the location we had last night? I was planning on doing something down at the bottom of the cemetery, but I didn't. I didn't know there's people live in that house. It used to be a rundown house, but they actually went in and cleaned it up a little bit. Now they got people living there. So, hey, She Spins, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. At 9:20, it's 9:09 right now. But at 9:20, I will do the open mic if anybody wants to come in. Hey, April, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If y'all have a channel, y'all do content. If you want to come up for open mic at 9:20 Eastern time, I will be putting the link in. We'll have one person at a time come up, so everybody won't be talking over each other. So just give me a whichever ones comes in the chat first that wants to do it. Put in a 1, then the second one 2, all the way down to 6 or 7. then we will let everybody do that. You get we're gonna do 10 minutes tonight, so you can help promote your channel out and everything. I am doing pretty good. Just been moping around the house, chilling out, doing a little bit of nothing. After we got home from church, I just crashed. We went to Hardee's and got us a big lunch, and I crashed after that. So I'm cleaning and listening to the chat. Awesome. Last night, like I said, I didn't really stay very long. The spirits was playing with my truck with the lights on the dash. I don't know why they wanted to do that. I guess they wanted us to stay there with them a little longer. But I will be going back and chilling out with them and everything. So I will be posting it up while I'm in New York. I will be doing the live stream and stuff like that and everything. So appreciate that, PW. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. I do appreciate it. I want to say they were on your truck. Yeah, they actually liked my truck for some reason. I don't know why, but they never bothered anything like that before. Hey, Andrew, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. I hope I said your name right. I can't never pronounce your name, but I do appreciate you so much, and thank you for coming in and hanging out and chilling out. Uh, I do hope and pray that everybody had a wonderful weekend and everything. So let's see. I need to start making me a little video clip for each segment of the show, and so that way we can do things. I'm making serve and have to clean up, but I'm listening and I shared you out. I appreciate that, Vicky. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. I'm going to be doing open mic night here in 7 minutes. So if anybody wants to come up, you just type one in a chat or yes or whatever, and you get 10 minutes of promoting your channel, your team, your group, whatever you may have to talk about, and everything like that. Spirit Brothers won't be here tonight. He's home sleep. He's been out all night, so May, you're the only one in here tonight that has the ability to help. Everybody else can help too, but she's the only one that I know. You said it. All right, Jonathan. Okay. I didn't want to be a Pollock. So, I haven't really planned on where in the cemetery I'm going to be spending that night. Maybe up there around James's grave. I'm going to go to the store and pick up a big bunch of flowers to take and put on his grave, since he wanted some new flowers. So I will be putting some on there. I will be doing all this on my birthday. So I'm going to try to get there around about 10, 9:30, 10, somewhere like that. And then I will be putting them flowers on. I will be live and I'm gonna try to stay live the whole night till my phone dies. I will be having my battery stuff and everything. Hey Liz, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Thank you so very much. Go up for open mic night, laugh out loud. Everybody saying hi. Appreciate it. Oh, I am cleaning right now, and the kids has their bedtime in a few minutes. So we got 4 more minutes, then I'll throw the link up, and that way, let's see, copy, paste it. As soon as it gets 4 more minutes, I will tap that button and knock the link in. It's hard. Then after the first two open mic people come in, we will do a little halftime, then we will do two more, then we'll just go ahead and get on out. It is kind of, it will be a little late, so we probably be done around about 10:15 at the most. I will try to get in touch with Brian John Laverty and see if he will come on and be a guest to talk about global ghost hunt. So we will be supporting that here next month or so. Oh, snap. I'll just go ahead and do it right quick. 3 minutes till. So here is the link. We will do the first one here in a few minutes. Whoever comes into the basement, I will check you out first and see if you are able to come on. Last time I did that, I had somebody down here in the basement playing with themselves. So, as I can delete that comment too. So after that gets done, we'll do that. So there is the link for anybody who wants to come up to shout out their channel, promote their channel, or promote a like the global ghost hunt or whatever. So yeah, I had somebody down here in the basement one night the whole time when I put the link in the chat, and some dude from some other foreign country. I don't know where he's from, but I don't have a foggiest idea where he was at. Like I said, we will talk about your group, your team, promote your YouTube channel or anything you want to talk about like that has to do paranormal. Oh yeah, you got that right. Hey KK, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. While we're waiting, well, we'll be talking about several other things. I do. Let's see. We will be leaving on the 21st to go to New York, I will be taking some pictures and stuff like that. Uh, I will be doing a couple live streams while we're out and about to show the area that we're in, and hopefully you can pray for them. So I probably will be doing the bus tour again, and we're going to go to Macy's, and I probably will be live while we're in Macy's. Show you where the Christmas Day parade is, and try to show you where the ball that falls every New Year's, and do that. See where else might go live. Might try to walk out to the Empire State Building, and I might try to get my nerve up, go to the top of it, but I kind of doubt it. I might not even get on the third floor, and I'll back out. But close to the damage that I was. I am about 2.5 hours away, maybe, give or take. I don't live too far from Asheville, North Carolina. That's where a lot of the things is up around Boone and stuff like that. I don't live too far. Maybe I'm gonna say at least an hour and a half to 2 hours away. Hey, Shaw Woman, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Oh, I'm so tired. Then we will be back from New York on the 25th, late night. I don't know what time we're leaving on 21st to go to Charlotte Airport. I don't know what time our flight is for that day, but I think our flight's coming back home is around about 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. So it'll probably be 12, 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturday before I get home. I'm going to try to slip Auntie Mama a message and try to catch up with her before we leave out. We'll be down there next to Charlotte, and pray that I can meet up with her and meet her for one time before we leave. And so I told her I'd come down there and sit there and drink a cup of coffee with her. Yeah. Then we come back on the 25th, and I'll be off work that Saturday and Sunday. Birthday's on Monday, so I'm going to do all the birthday celebrations with the family and stuff. And then me and my dad might go to the cemetery and spend the night. So I don't know exactly where yet, but I do think about going to where James's is and put some flowers on his grave and take me a blanket and pillow. I might fall asleep there outside or something there of the truck or whatever. Now, if it's raining, I might crawl inside the truck and sleep. You won't remember it on Monday. Yeah, it'd be the 28th, though. It'll be the 28th is my birthday. I'll be 29 years old and everything, so I'm happy. Hey, Mr. Yoda, how you doing? Watch Echo's last video on the French fry move on yet. He'll ever catch for her. Oh, really? Cool. Yeah, if y'all can go check out his channel and Echo's channel, also living my best life at 60. She is awesome. I enjoyed both of their channels. They got hit pretty hard with the hurricane stuff. Power and stuff is all out. So if y'all can put them in y'all's prayers and thoughts and stuff. Well, I really won't remember that far out. Hey, Mona, how you doing? Appreciate you so much. Thank you for everything. You come in, support, hang out. I do have a question for you about using Zoom on here. I think you use Zoom, don't you? I need to try that because StreamYard actually went up, and oh my God, it went massive up. So I need to learn how to hook up Zoom to this. We are back at the house now. Oh, okay. Well, I hope everything's okay, and I'm glad that y'all doing good and everything. I seen some of the damage on YouTube from around Asheville, and that was pretty awful. You need Streamlabs. Okay. It's free and has paid plan. Yeah, I has paid plan on this one, but it was $44 and now it went up to $88. And I didn't do no kind of difference with it. Zoom is easy. Yeah, I've got Zoom on my phone and I don't have it on my computer, but I need to download it on my computer to do that. I got Streamlabs on my computer, but I don't know how to work it. I don't have all that other stuff. Realstream is also a good platform to stream in. Oh, okay. I'll check that out. Per year. Oh, really? I pay mine by the month. I can't really afford the yearly thing right yet, but I probably will soon. Is web based, no download. Oh, okay. I'll give that a shot. There need to be a tutorial session on how to use all these tools. You got that right. I'm pretty used to StreamYards, and I was going to try that Melon, but I don't think it exists anymore. Uh, I will post a link again if anybody wants to come up. If they don't, that's fine. We'll never do another open mic anymore. So it's set up just like StreamYard, but more stuff. I think paid plan is 17 per month. Okay, 142 a year. All right, I'll check that out. I will check that out. Let me drop the link again. Hey, Crafting with Amanda, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Tonight's going to be a free promotion night for people's channels if they want to come in. I got I got the open mic there. You can come up on the panel, talk, promote your channel for 10 minutes. And if ain't nobody else coming up, we'll do it for 15. We'll do one or two people, and then we will get on out of here. So if you have a channel you want to share out your content, Yeah, I will try to get it hooked up on here. I might just end up just keeping StreamYard, so I will see though. We will see. Appreciate y'all coming in, hanging out. I don't have nothing to talk about tonight, so that's the reason why I was going to do an open mic and just do little interviews with people. So I'll go for another 20 minutes. If nobody wants to do it, I'll just close it out and I'll go on to bed, get ready for work tomorrow. But appreciate everybody going over to Spirit Brothers and hanging out with them, watching their live they did tonight, well, today. And it was really, really on John, but dressing up to okay. You get on okay. Uh, they had a good location. They had a good area. I will be going over there in 2026 to hang out with him and do all kinds of investigations, and we'll probably do a live stream together with him, and hope that we can do a good location. I do know we're going to try to do a ship there that's docked at that one port, that one shipyard. Uh, it's like an old timey warship made out of wood. You know, got all them cannons and stuff like that. Uh, don't know exactly what time of the year we'll be going. Hopefully, it ain't too cold or it ain't too hot. But we will try to do some good locations. Hey, Miss Frosty, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much. But I want to try to take a couple pictures of the Stonehenge because we're talking about going to the Stonehenge also because I want to go there. That's one of my places I would like to go. Uh, I think we're going to go to London also and check out all the places, the Big Ben and the Parliament and all that stuff, everything. So I hope, pray that we get all that done. So, and next year though, we would be going next year, but we're actually going in April to Hawaii for 10th wedding anniversary. So I don't know about what to think about that trip yet till it gets a little closer. So it's going to be a wild trip, as far as I know. Let me play a little quick video right quick, and let me get me something to drink. Then I'll be right back, and hopefully we will have a guest in the basement. So let me see here. I was going to play my. I was going to play the veterans video to support the veterans right quick, and I'll be right back. All right, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me until I got that played. Uh, hey Sam, how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you coming in. I hope you gain some more on your channel. I know last night you said you needed 18, and I hope that you can reach that goal by the end of this month. So I appreciate you so very much for coming in and hanging out with us. Still 18? Okay. Everybody, if y'all can, please go over and help him out with that.
Hey there.
Hey.
How we doing, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm having some camera issues, but I can talk on the mic. But so I guess we get to talk about our channel.
So. Yeah. Channel, the Paranormal Group.
Okay. Well, I'm with the C.O.P.S, as you know, I think, and we are doing part of Global Ghost Hunt coming up in October. So we're pretty excited about that. We're investigating the morgue. Kind of spooky, but you know. But yeah, so we're pretty excited about that event coming up, and we're trying to get more videos and more clips of stuff out on Facebook and stuff. But like you said, it's kind of hard with the technology the way it is. It's a lot to go through to figure out how to get yourself out there. Yeah. I was lucky enough to find a link in your thing to be able to click on it. So, but, yeah, so Vicky tells me that you've got a REM pod now.
Yeah, I built my own REM pod.
You did?
Yeah.
Awesome. Is it? She said it's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, it's out of the warlock.
Ooh, that's pretty nice. Oh, okay, that's neat. Was that a kit that you got with the shell, or did you find the shell on its own?
Everything come together. I just hooked the antenna into it, and put a battery in it, and everything else.
Well, that's neat. We're still working on our SLS camera. That's kind of been a nightmare, but we keep trying because we see how neat it is when you do your investigations. Have you been out to your bridge lately anyway?
I'm not allowed to go to the bridge anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
We had one person got mad at us for going out to the bridge.
Karen. So, yeah, there's going to be those kind of people that are miserable and try to spread it around.
Yeah.
You know. But when's the last investigation you guys did?
We did one last night, but we left before everything started getting good. I just didn't feel like doing anything. I didn't have
Well, yeah, I mean, that's got to be a bummer to have somebody ring on your spot. You guys got such good responses there.
Yeah.
Especially when the little gizmo went on. I like that video. Wow, that was pretty funny. Where are you guys out of? I keep forgetting. You guys are you guys in Carolina?
Yeah, we're in.
So did you guys get hit? Oh, good.
We about rain.
Forgive me, I just came into the chat. I seen it pop up. Ricky posts whenever you guys are live, and I seen it pop up, and I just came over. So if I'm asking you stuff you already said, I apologize. So we did that investigation. We've been spending a lot of time recently working on reviewing footage, and so that's a job. But we're hoping to get some cool things to post up. My wife put a few things on Instagram, it's TikTok. Sorry, on TikTok. So it's kind of fun getting out there. So how's your dad doing?
He's cleaning out.
So that's good. We haven't had, and surprisingly, we haven't had many investigations come up. Normally around October, we have a bunch of calls, but it's been kind of quiet.
Pretty much is they don't go out.
Yeah. Me and my wife are actually trying to go to Massachusetts next year during October just to see it. We heard it's gorgeous. Salem. So, and possibly Boston. Yeah. I'm sorry, what you broke up for a second there, something.
I was trying to find my papers. I would show the location that we got, but I don't know what I'm doing with them. I can't keep up with nothing.
Are you guys doing GDH this year?
Not this year. Probably will next year because I'm still working on getting other locations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find a decent location to put up and everything.
Being on the East Coast, there's a lot of old locations, though, isn't there?
Yeah, but there's a lot of people here are protective over everything, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't shake a dead cat without hitting a no trespassing sign.
Yeah, I wish people would be a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, there it is. That's the location that. Well, it happened a while ago. Won't do it now. Save your life. There it is.
There it is.
It's an old house. It's a law school. I probably have green screen. I erased the daggone picture I had on here of it. But I will put it back on here and show it to everybody later.
Okay.
But, or I'll send it to you. I'm trying to get into it. We're going to be head leaders of like the ghost tours and do investigations to help raise money for this location. They're almost getting ready to shut the doors and everything. They want to try to keep the doors open and do school tours and stuff like that.
Yeah. Seems like the historical sites don't get much funding, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of crazy things going on. In October the 26th is a Saturday, and they're going to be hosting a Civil War reenactment there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're going to have a cannon demonstration, and several people that wrote books of the place is going to be there. A couple of authors.
Seems like that would be a good time to investigate. They've got Civil War sounds around it.
Yeah, I want to try to get. I'm being talking to the guy, trying to get my foot in the door, and so we can try to talk about a little more and get things set up.
One of our investigations for Global Ghost Hunt was the Kendrick House, and that's a historic site that was having problems with funding too. And
Yeah,
we were like, man, that's a tragedy to have these sites go to waste because they
yeah,
can't afford to keep up the maintenance on them. But yeah, it's also hard to work with them because of some of the stuff in there is so delicate and I guess antiques and artifacts, and
yeah,
so it's kind of a tough balance, huh?
yeah. That's what we're going to try to do, because I think a lot of that stuff has some kind of attachments to it too. Anyway, so that's our
Yeah,
general goal. Ain't no telling
that
what we'll
sounds like
get.
fun. Yeah, I would love to investigate that when they were doing their reenactment out there. I mean, that would be
Yeah, I'm also working on a funeral home, trying to get a funeral home. Uh, trying to get an old schoolhouse. There was an African American school at the time, like in the early '50s and the '60s and stuff. I'm trying to get in that place, and uh, trying to get into a hospital that recently shut down because they didn't have fundings. The county didn't have fundings for the running a hospital. So now everybody who gets sick or whatever they got to do, got to go to the next county over to the hospital.
I've heard that I've heard a lot of stories that hospitals are very haunted. Like I don't know why, what the reasoning behind it, but I've heard there's a lot of hauntings in hospitals.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to get into this place for a while now, but I don't know. I've been going around in circles trying to find who I need to talk to and this and that. But one day they will eventually give in.
You'll wear them down, won't you?
Yeah,
Just-
they'll be like, "We're
and,
gonna make this dude shut up. Y'all come on over here."
yeah, I mean it's usually it's just a matter of finding that one person like,
Yeah,
out of everyone else that's going, oh, call this person, call that.
yeah,
Like, that's a nightmare. Um, we've done a few investigations where we were in a public space, and it's a lot of noise contamination, but it's at least it's not hard to get permission to
yeah.
uh, to do it.
Uh, if you want to tell us a little bit about your group, about the team, and like how many members and how y'all got started for a few minutes, and I'm gonna try to find something here on my phone right quick.
We are, I think we are 6 members, and we got started by Vicky Lerdahl. I know you know her.
Yeah,
Um, she's the one that founded the group, and I think it was in 2004. But me and my wife, I don't think joined until like 2006, and we've got her and her son, and then we've got a guy named Steve and a lady named Andrea, and then me and my wife Liz are the skeptics of the group. we're we're always debunking stuff. That's kind of our thing. We'd love to see something we couldn't debunk, though. Obviously,
yeah,
you know. And we did see a video that is just we have still not figured out what this thing is, and we went over it and over it. It's
yeah,
some kind of weird black thing that when the people that were investigating their house, they had a problem in the kitchen. They were always saying there's something in the kitchen, and so we set up a camera in there, and this thing. we've looked at it over and over again, trying to see wings, trying to see anything that would indicate it was a bug, but it's just a black mass, for lack of a better word, that we've went over it numerous times and cannot figure out a plausible explanation for it. Yeah, it's kind of put a dent in our skepticism, but I mean, I would like, if I say, oh, that's something real, I'd like to know for sure,
Yeah.
And but yeah, I'll send you that video sometime. Maybe you can figure it out.
All right.
But it's because the first thing we thought is, oh, it's a bug, but it was 19 degrees out, and it was like late in the year. There was no fly. We couldn't find any wings. We couldn't think it was a moth or anything. So it was.
Yeah.
But it only showed up the one time, and it never came. It goes off the camera for a second, flies back in, kind of pauses, and then goes back off the camera. But
let me show you a picture that we caught from the bridge. This is the last time that we was at the bridge. We caught this. I don't think I've showed you this yet, but this is what it looked like. The actual picture. You can see the eyes, nose, and the mouth, and you can look up top. You'll see the horns.
Man,
now here's what
where
looks
was
like.
that? Was that like down the? Was that like down the creek, or was it in? Where was that?
This was standing right behind me at the truck.
Oh.
I turned the camera. I was standing at the truck, and I turned the camera around to the woods, and I turned back to the truck to get the stuff out and put it in my pocket so I can walk to the bridge. And the Spirit Brothers from the UK was in the chat, and he caught this picture and he sent it to me.
Wow,
that's
creepy.
This right here, it's the same thing behind me. See the two eyeballs?
Yep.
And you can look, and you about to see a little mouth.
Well, you know what they say in the scary movies is always behind you, buddy. Turn around.
Yeah.
That
was a crazy night.
Man, and now you can't go back down. That's a son of a gun. But I did build that circuit you sent me, and we've messed with it. We haven't had any responses on it, but I plan on sending it off to you. But it does work the way it's supposed to. I just haven't ever had anything show up on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really neat circuit.
It'll take a little bit for the spirits get used to it.
Yeah. It'll sense your hand and anything static around it. But the way it's designed, hi Vicky.
Hey.
It actually detects negative static.
Yeah.
So Vicky, now that you're in here, maybe you can help me. When was the group established?
The group was established in February of 2006, and you and Liz joined the end or the fall of 2007.
Okay, I was like I knew it was in there somewhere.
Yeah. Jesse came back from Florida to college, and 2006, or actually very end of 2005, and we started the group in February of 2006. Jesse's my son, for the record, on that one. But yeah, you was doing good, Ruben. I just came in. We've had some weird stuff going on here at the house, and Ruben and them are used to being here and seeing things and hearing things and things, but I
Yeah.
had some shelves, 2 separate shelves hung in 2 different areas. It's not one connected. The shelves are not connected to each other.
Yeah.
They were hanging up on a wall by my back door, and they have been there since 2017. I have like big gallon jars of rice and beans and macaroni and stuff like that up on these shelves. There has been nothing done different to these shelves. And all of a sudden, these shelves are on a wall above an antique buffet. Okay. All of a sudden, I'm here in the living room where I'm at right now, and I hear this loud bang and crash. And it literally happened, Jonathan, when you put your link up for the first time, is when it happened. And my son, who was upstairs, come downstairs. I went in there. These shelves did not land on top of the buffet. It did not mess with anything on top of the buffet. It's like they jumped off the wall and hit the floor and went through the door into the laundry room. And I have a bunch of broken gallon jars now with beans and macaroni and rice and everything all over my floor. And I sent Liz pictures so she can attest that I am not fibbing on this. It's going to take me a little while, but I cannot. There is not one thing on top of that buffet messed with. It is all like it was from the beginning. And these shelves are not wider than the top of the buffet. So I don't know. It's like they just jumped off the wall, and they are about 4 foot long.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like they just jumped off the wall and hit the floor and went clear into the laundry room up against the wash machine and dryer. So that's why I was like, I told Liz, I said, you go up. She said something about, oh, you hurry up and go up. And I said, you go first. And she said, I can't go up. I'm not dressed. And I said, well, get Ruben. I've got a mess I've got to get cleaned up. I got about half of it done, and I had to sit down. It's ridiculous. I still haven't figured out what happened. Jesse can't figure out how it happened. Nothing. I have no idea.
I was sitting at Vicky's house once on a group meeting.
Yep.
And I was looking through, she's got these French doors, and then there's a staircase. Well, I just happened to look up, and I see this lady walking down her stairs and go to the door. And I'm like, who is that coming out of Jesse's room? Because he lives upstairs. And then she disappeared. I was like, Vicky, you've got a little friend here. And she's like, oh, I know. She shows up now and then. I guess she walks all through Vicky's house now and then.
It's the lady that the house was built for. And she passed away here, and her husband passed away here. And it's residual. Every bit of it is residual. There's been no interaction with either one of them. But now I have interacted with other spirits, but it's because I live 1 block away from a very large funeral home.
Yeah.
And I have visitors that come through. So, but yeah, I could tell by the look on Ruben's face he had seen something. But this is my skeptic. You know, he's a skeptic, but yet he's telling you he's also, this woman disappeared. Okay.
I was trying to figure out if maybe somebody had come out of Jesse's room and went out the front door when I hesitated or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I just couldn't come up with a solution. So I just turned around to Vicky. I said, well, you've got a friend here.
Yeah.
No,
her normal routine is coming down the stairs about between 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning. That's her normal routine. And what she does is she comes down the stairs, comes through those doors, and she walks through the dining room into the kitchen, and she goes to where there used to be a wood-burning cook stove, and then she just dissipates. Yeah. That's her normal routine that I've seen her. Okay. Yeah. I've seen her on the stairs at other times. At the time Ruben seen her, I have seen her one time close to that time period, but I've never seen her I've just seen her on the stairs. I've seen her at the top of the stairs that time of day,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But most of the time, if I've seen her, it's coming down the stairs and going through the house into the kitchen. And there's no interaction. She's been here for years. Back in the 80s, I had a cousin that lived in this house. And my mom and dad, I lived in Independence, Missouri then, and my mom and dad came down and they stayed the night here. And my mom came back and was telling me Louise has a ghost. And my mom was telling me exactly what I just said to you, that mom was sitting in the living room and she came down the stairs and walked right through the living room and went into the kitchen, and mom was sitting there with her mouth open, and Louise came in and said, "You seen her, didn't you?" So she's common, but it's just all residual. I have lived here 9 years and there's been no communication, nothing at all. So
I know you heard this, Vicky, but I don't think Ruben and them heard this one. I'm gonna play the screen one night. Maybe.
Oh, okay. By at the truck.
Yeah, when I was at the truck.
Okay.
I'll tell you up the road up here. It's a family plot, and I don't know, but let's get the hell out.
Well, that would get my attention.
I don't know. I still don't really know, but everybody's been telling me it's a banshee. I know it ain't Bigfoot. A lot of owls and stuff. I listen to every kind of animal known to man, and it is no animal.
Yeah, I did too, John, when I first heard it. The only thing is, to me now, if you slow it down, it sounds like a human hollering whoop. I can hear the whoop part at the beginning and towards the end, and you know my opinion on that one. But yeah, it gets to a certain pitch that I could see because PW swears to God it's a banshee,
Yeah.
And so it does hit a pitch. It in the middle of it, it does hit a high pitch, but that's just my opinion of it. But
well, it's funny. The funny thing is what it showcases about paranormal investigators. I mean,
oh yeah,
an average person would turn and run the other way, and paranormal investigators throws their camera up and goes running towards the scary noise.
Yeah.
right.
Let's figure out what this is. It's kind of a funny reaction.
Yeah, well, you just don't know when you're out. Like, if you're in a house, it's one thing, or a building or something. But when you were like John was, and not only that, that one was the second yell.
Yeah.
The second scream. He had heard it when they started to pick things up and to leave, and they were like, "Okay, let's go." And then he's standing beside the truck, and his dad's already in the truck, if I remember correctly, and everything. And he's talking, and it happens again. Mm-hmm. Now, that time, the second time you hear it the best. The first time, if I remember correctly, you picked Gizmo up, and he went off at the same time, so it kind of was hard to hear the first time.
Yeah, you can hear at first. I mean, at the last of it, you can hear an owl finish at the end of the first.
Kind of who at the end. Yeah. But but John being out there in the woods, and it's out in the middle of BFE, excuse my terms there, but you're kind of vulnerable, and especially his dad being there too, So I probably would have jumped in the car and took off too, Ruben. It's not now, if I would have thought I knew who it was, it might be a little different, and I would have mouthed off to him and what have you, but you just don't know. And even if it wasn't paranormal, and it was human. Right now, at this point in time, I trust spirit more than I do humans. There is so much hate and so much stuff going on right now. And you're out there in the middle of the night in the dark and you have something like that happen. Yeah, you did the right thing, you know. Well, it's just like us, Reuben, if you think about it. When we went to Windyville and heard that woman screaming for help. And it was, she
Yeah.
wasn't just saying help. She was saying sentences, please help me, someone help me. And when that happened, we had no other choice because we just didn't know what it was and where it was, and it was dark. And it was responsibility of us getting the group to safety because we just did not know what the situation was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a large amount of criminals in that area at the time being investigated, and
Yes.
so we had to be very cautious. You know, there was some arrests made, but they were sure that other people were still needing to be arrested in that area.
Right. And it happened about a mile from where we was at, right down the same road.
Yeah.
And the woman was not just killed. It wasn't like she was just shot. He killed her and then he strung her up. I can't remember what it was they call it, but like she was a deer, and he dressed her out. And they found her flesh bagged and marked in his freezer.
Yeah.
And her skeletal remains were at the back of the property.
Is that one you was telling me about not too long ago?
Yeah, Cassidy Rainwater was her name. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a video on this. We have been going over the Windyville footage and putting out any evidence that we found. And it's kind of hard. I've held off on talking about Cassidy very much for the simple fact she's got little kids.
Yeah.
And family. But this happened in 21, and just about 3 or 4 months ago, her skeletal remains was returned to the family, and they buried her and things. They had a service for her at the funeral home right up here by my house. So now I'm not so uncomfortable with talking about it. I still will have to watch and not drop certain names because there was other people that was supposedly involved with this. And then the main guy that did it pled an Alford plea, and so it didn't go to trial.
Yeah.
And so he had all these witnesses that was going to testify and talk about other people that no longer is going to be able to. And they all felt like they had targets on their back now because they were on this list of going to testify against these other people.
Yeah.
So and we got there and did our investigation the day after he had pled the Alford plea. So that whole town was worked up. And so when we heard this woman screaming, we were like, okay, is this somebody messing with us? Or is this another person? Because supposedly there's other women, and we've got a lot of women from that area missing.
Yeah.
That's went missing down around there. So I wanted to be on the safe side for the team, you know. But yeah, as a matter of fact, we're getting ready to release the cemetery part because that happened when we was investigating the cemetery. But we're getting ready to release that cemetery video. And at the very end, you see Andrea react. She just comes to a halt and she starts taking pictures. And that's because she heard the woman screaming.
Yeah.
And if you listen real close with headphones, you will hear a woman scream. She's screaming for help. So
And when she froze like that, I was like, "Oh man!"
Yes, and I didn't know she had done it. And then when I was watching the video of it, and she did it, it was like watching the old Blair Witch scene where the girl comes down the stairs and sees the guy standing in the corner.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the feeling that I had. I was like, oh my God, you know. But,
Yeah, when you're in the middle of a cemetery in the middle of the night and you're hearing weird stuff, and then one of your teammates just freezes up like they just got locked in time, that's not a good deal.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We let's see, where were we at? I can't remember exactly the name of the location. Well, at Daniel Boone's parents' grave, we had the same thing happen there. Uh, I finished alive one night, and I went back up there in the cemetery, sat there for a little bit, and of course we are next to Tractor Supply, that's there right beside the cemetery.
Hmm.
But it was really quiet that night. The store had done shut down. This is like at 1 o'clock in the morning. That me and my dad was still there for a minute, and we heard something. I don't know till this day. I don't know what it was. I wished I would have stayed live until we actually left. But somebody, I was sitting. You know where the baby's grave with that thing sitting over top of it. That
Oh,
metal.
the cast iron top.
Yeah. I was.
Yeah.
I even took my stool back up there and sat down on it. And my dad, I think he went and sat in the truck because he was getting tired of standing and everything. And I sat up there probably like 30 minutes, and something there walked up behind me and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like an old man's voice from that time period. But I
Yeah.
mean, this,
Well, Reuben, at this last investigation, Reuben didn't tell me at the time, but Reuben thought that he was touched at a certain point. And I was like, well, crap, Reuben, you should have said something. He waited until later on to tell me that.
yeah,
But, you know, things like that happen so much, and you just don't know. But if you're outside, like in the cemeteries or in the woods or out by that bridge, especially,
yeah,
considering the history of that bridge in general, would be enough for me to say, okay, you know, I'm not going to take a chance and
yeah.
something end up happening. But yeah,
I didn't say
that
anything because my mind always goes to, can you prove it? And I can't prove feeling like something's touching me. But
right,
Vicky's like,
right.
at least we could have used that to investigate further. Like, hey, did you just touch our guy?
Right. Well, see, we had static cameras set up in the room. So you could go back to the time because he said that he thought at first it was the lens cap on the camera rubbing his hand. So he took and held the lens cap, and then it happened again. So we could have watched for that certain point on the static camera in the room and just seen if we seen anything, any kind of movement or anything,
Yeah.
is what I was thinking, you know, at least to give us something to follow up on. So,
Yeah.
but
That's like when we first got our handheld cameras. We went to the battleship, and on the back of the North Carolina battleship is the airplane that they use for search for other ships around, and they radio back to their main ship and tell them
uh-huh.
they will set their weapons up and stuff like that. And we was getting ready to get started that night. My dad said, "I'm gonna go out there and take me some pictures of the airplane." He said he stayed out there at least good 15 minutes, and he come back in. It was a Hornet. I mean, he was mad. He said, "I tried to take a picture of that airplane, and it wasn't there. I picked up the camera, and he said I can see it with my eyes, but it wasn't coming through the camera. Come find out,
Huh.
he took 10 pictures of his lens cap. He never did take it off. He swore
That would explain why he wasn't seeing it.
he
That would definitely
up
explain
and down that he had paranormal experience messing with his camera. I never laughed so hard in my life. I laughed all the way back to our hotel that night after we got done.
it. Did he ever go back up and take it when he
Yeah,
realized?
yeah,
Okay.
he got him a couple more pictures after that. I never laugh so hard. I get on to him about it a lot. He just said, "Will you sit over and shut up?"
Oh yeah, we have a big joke about a Walmart bag. And I was really tired and I couldn't sleep. And so I decided I was going to go over some pictures and stuff of an investigation we had done out in the woods. And there was this one picture and it was white and I couldn't figure out what the heck, not the whole picture, but there was this white thing in it. And I was like, what in the heck is it? And it looked like it was down between where Liz was sitting and where I was sitting. And I was like, it's not a leaf. What is this? And I bet you a good hour and a half trying to zoom in on it, try to get it in another angle, see if I could find it in another picture maybe. And finally, it's like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I just went into group chat and I said, look, guys, I can't figure this out. What the hell is this? And then I got up and went in the bathroom, got something to drink, come in and sat down. And I'm like, what the heck, Vicki? Marty, who used to be in the group, he had medication he had to take about 11, I think, or 12 o'clock. And so he threw it in a Walmart bag and hung it up in this tree. And it was just the angle of the picture. I could not figure out what it was. But after I stepped away from it and came back and sat down, I figured out what it was. So,
Hey, Echo, appreciate you coming in.
It's a big joke. Matter of fact, we had a group meeting yesterday at Liz and Ruben's house, and that Walmart bag was brought up in conversation then too. But yeah,
so was the doll shenanigans.
Oh yeah. We said we were going to have to make a blooper tape, some weird things or just off the wall stuff that we do, and then want to kick ourselves in the hind end for doing it.
Yeah, we're the same way. We are the same way.
Yeah. Well, if you had footage of like Shasta falling in the creek, stuff like that, that's what we got to show, But you know what? The biggest laugh I had, John, on one of your investigations was when the spirit told Joseph he needed to settle down.
Oh, yeah.
I laughed my hind end off so bad on that. I was like, oh, wow. Because Joseph was worked up. I think it's because people had broke in and messed around and kind of messed. Yeah, and he was worked up over it. And Shasta I can't think of what was the name of that piece of equipment she had going.
It was Phasma box.
The Phasma box. Oh. There we go. Yeah, that's something, Ruben, we need to work on too. But anyway, yeah, she had it going, and it just flat told Joseph, "You need to settle down." And I was like, "Oh wow!"
If it would have been a Missouri ghost, it would have said, "Simmer down now."
That is about one of the apps that I would put 99% of my trust into.
Right.
One of the apps, because it actually told, we was using it when we was in Virginia on a location, and it said, "Watch him." The spirit came across there and said, "Watch him."
Mm-hmm.
The same night that I rushed my dad back to the North Carolina and put him in the hospital.
Right.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. And spirit had told him to watch his dad.
Yeah. Said, y'all watch him. And that night we were sitting at the hotel. I was actually doing live talking to Matt Barron on the live. And I kept looking at my dad. My dad was roughing it, trying to get into bed. He couldn't even pick his legs up. And I've done started. I told Matt, I said, "Man, I'm gonna get ready to go. I'm gonna try to help my dad get into bed," and it didn't work. So I called Matt on the phone. I told him, I said, "Man, I'm going to head back to North Carolina. I'm about 2 hours away, and I think I drove probably 90 some miles an hour down 77, 81 to hit 77 to come back home, and
Yep.
I was hollering at him, screaming, punching my dad, shaking him, rolled the window down, hollering at him, slapping him. He wasn't responding. And that is one of the apps that I will put my faith into to
Yep.
use, because it actually gave us a physical address of Peggy's house that nobody has used over 50, 60, 70 years from now.
Yep.
It
You
never-
can't get in there anymore, right?
No, that's
what I was thinking. You said that they put it up where you can't go in there anymore.
yeah. I'm not even allowed on that road pretty much. So
How can they keep you off the road, John?
One I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm too cute to die, and I don't trust.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll
The
tell you
world needs
what, maybe the group will get together and we'll just go down there and we'll go. Okay.
Yeah,
You'll have to show us where it's at, but
I'll show you where it's at.
yeah.
I will put
Your
the
cat scared me, Vicky. I was like, something's behind you.
Thank you so much for being here, Auntie Mama. Y'all, that is one of the channels that I'm going to be going to and talk to one of these days.
Okay.
If y'all can go over and check Auntie Mama's kitchen out, she's just right down the road, about 2 hours away from me, hour away from me actually, and y'all will like her good old Southern cooking.
Did Sam ever get his 1,000?
He's still like an 18 more.
He's still got 18 more.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on helping him get his 18 to get his 1K so he can start working on his watch hours.
Okay.
Am I a subscriber to his channel?
I don't know, Ruben. It's Sam's TV, isn't it? Something like that. What is it? I can't remember.
Exploring with Sam TV.
Yeah. That's what it is. But you need to go over and check him out. He's interesting.
Yeah, he's in Tennessee. He's on the other side of the storm.
I heard there was a lot of flooding and stuff going on in there in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Florida's got another one. It's Milton or something. And they were saying all day that it was going to be a 3, but about 3 or 4 hours ago, there was actually Liz sent me a thing on this that storm chasers saying they raised it to a 4 coming in.
Yeah.
So that's just what they need on top of what they've already been through. So
yeah. So let's see. Y'all got any other plans besides the global ghost hunt investigation coming up?
Well, we're going to get ready to do a Halloween party. That's the only thing real close to time. But as far as investigating, I don't know. We've been talking about some different ideas. Matter of fact, we had kind of a different idea Liz and Ruben contacted me about it. We're going to discuss it this Wednesday. Maybe set something up a little different. But as of right now, we don't have anything definite set up. If we get a call, we need help, they need help or something like that, we'll do that, of course. But as far as anything right now, we don't. This time of year, we haven't this year. A lot of it has to do is I haven't really been putting us out there like I usually do. I've got health issues going on. And so I was supposed to have hip surgery and that was delayed. And so we hadn't really set up anything much. But anyway, right now we don't really have anything other than the Global Ghost Hunt coming up. We're going to be doing that one, and plus we're having our Halloween party.
Yeah.
I think we ought to do a video, and you guys, we ought to do a scavenger hunt again. Last Halloween party, we did a scavenger hunt, and it was, yeah, the teams was arguing around with each other and everything else, so it was good.
I actually got one. I was glad you mentioned that. I forgot to start it, but I'm actually got one started. I can send you the little ballad thing too.
Okay.
If y'all want to.
Okay. What is it pertaining to? Is graves? I remember last one that you did was more on the lines of looking for emblems on some.
It's got some of that on there. It's got some names and got some few other things on there. I think there's about 20 some stuff on there. Because I actually added some things on there.
Okay, now does it all pertain to cemeteries?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, Reuben Lebanon Cemetery would be a good one because it's very old and it's very big. So there's chance we could find a lot of what he's wanting us to look for in there.
And it's owned by 2 fraternities, so
yeah,
finding those little circles and little handshakes and stuff wouldn't be a problem.
yeah, yeah.
Matter of fact, I might have it right here. No, I don't know. I'll find it and I'll send it to you. I'll message it to you and everything like that.
Okay.
And,
when are you doing that?
Well, it's starting now, and we will try to on my birthday when I'm at the cemetery, I will go live with StreamYards, and then I will bring y'all up if y'all want to talk about the cemetery y'all went to and talk about some of the items and stuff.
Okay.
And maybe I might can walk around into the cemetery and find some of that stuff with y'all.
Okay. If y'all want. Yeah, there's a story about a child's grave in the cemetery I just spoke about. And my mom told me that I believe her brother knew this child's dad. He was constantly wanting to go to work with his dad. His dad was a carpenter. And I guess he finally let him go. And then 2 days later, let him go with him. And then 2 days later, the child fell sick. He was like 5, I think. And come to find out, he had stepped on a rusty nail while he was with his dad. And he would not tell him that he had done it because he was afraid that his dad wouldn't let him go to work with him no more.
Yeah.
And what ended up happening is he got blood poisoning and it moved up his leg and he ended up dying from it. Yeah. So the grave there in the cemetery has the hammer and some nails and stuff on it. And it is very interesting grave. My brother, when he was 6, my mom lived by the cemetery, and he went in for a nap, and then she went in to wake him up, and he wasn't there. And she went to looking for him, and the cops, I think, helped looking for him. But anyway, he was found laying on top of that child's grave. Oh. And when Mom woke him up, he told her that he was there to play with his friend.
Huh.
And he was only 5 or 6 and didn't know how to read. He didn't know that it was child's grave. But then again, it may have been that hammer and nails got his attention or whatever on it. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting graves over there, older ones.
Really tall tombstones too.
Yeah.
Very tall.
Yeah, right there by the Reuben knows where I'm talking about, where you turn to go up towards the high school on Bryce.
Yep.
That section of the cemetery right there is the oldest part.
Yeah, and then I would put money on it that Jonathan's got some really cool cemeteries where he lives.
Oh yeah.
So old.
Yeah.
I really got some good ones. I did find a real old one, but I gotta go and do some research on it because it's about the same old as I found it right here. It is. It's about the same as Daniel Boone's parents' grave. It's in the same
Mm-hmm.
period. It is, you know.
Yeah. Well, if by chance we would ever make it out there, Jonathan, I definitely want to go to John Martin's. You
Uh,
know that, though.
oh
You
yeah,
know that for sure.
yep. That's going to
You've
be.
mentioned some interesting sites around there.
Yeah. Well, Ruben, you remember the movie The Patriot?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what's his name? What's his name that plays John Martin?
Mel
Jonathan.
Gibson.
Oh,
Mel Gibson.
Mel
Yep.
Gibson. There we go. Uh the character that he plays, John Martin, the actual house and everything that it's talked about in the movie is there, the ruins of it, and that's where he goes, and it's really just the energy from just watching it
Yeah.
and videos and stuff is just great. I absolutely love it. I'm all the time telling him, go to John Martin's, go to John.
that was the real person.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Revolutionary
I thought it
War.
was fiction.
No, huh? That's real. And the woods and everything where his son goes up through and they go after him and grab him and take him and everything is right there. The real woods that
Wow.
happened at. Yeah.
That's
He is very
crazy.
catty corner across the street from his house. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be awesome to see.
Didn't he have 11 kids, John? Wasn't it?
Close.
He had
I
11.
I think so.
Yeah, he had 11 kids. And in that house was built in what, the 1700s, wasn't it?
Yeah, 1750.
50 something. Yeah. Yeah. But the house is just, even just watching it, of course, I've never even been there, but just watching it is just great energy. I like it every time he goes out there. And
Yeah.
it's not real far from the bridge. And when his dad would have issues and have something, I'd tell John, take him up to John's. And,
Yeah.
and that's what John would do. He'd go up there and he's like, but once his dad would get a ways from the bridge, he'd start feeling better to begin with. But yeah, I just figured John Martin's had such good energy. It would help him a lot.
Some, of course, you know, some of the things on the list that I've done this year was I kept the ones on there, you know, the clasp hands and the Holy Bible and the anchor, and
Okay.
one that's pointing up and one pointing down. The lamb, Freemason symbol, and a dove.
Okay.
Tallest headstone, that's another one I added. And
The tallest head.
and the smallest headstone.
Okay.
You
Flowers
got him on the tallest.
and flowers on the headstone. It don't matter. Just according on you can. I know there's going to be millions of them out there. Just pick whichever ones you know. It's nothing no particular. Old flowers. Some's been out there for God knows how long. You know.
Okay.
Of course, you know, angel and inverted torch. That is one that nobody really can find, but the cemetery that I go to has one in it.
Inverted torch. What on earth would have an inverted torch on it?
Somebody that wasn't good.
Okay, so they're
I read that.
okay. Well, I know an
Those look like an
inverted.
old torch, like they used to light things with.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's something that has to do with somebody that's not being bad. I mean, not being good. He had 9 kids. Okay, it was 9 kids.
He had 9 kids, is what he had. Okay. I was thinking he had 11.
Tree stump. There's a tree stump stone out there. There's one in the cemetery that I go.
Okay, now Reuben, remember West Plains? There was a bunch of tree stump headstones
I
in there.
remember Steve pointed them out. He's like, they used to be all
Mm-hmm.
over, but you don't hardly see them anymore.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Of course, there's crosses about every cemetery there is. There's a cross
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
No one, I hadn't seen none around here, but now at the beach around Myrtle Beach, there's a cemetery down there that has a Jews section in it.
Okay.
Has a Jewish cross. I'm not expecting anybody to find any of that. If they do, they done some really good searching for that. Weeping Willow Tree. That's one on the last one. A fallen headstone. That's where somebody knocked it over or broke it or something other. And
No,
then
that's not hard to find around here, let me tell you.
and then there's nothing that has broken headstone. It's like it's been snapped in half or so old or something other.
Right.
And then I added a few names. Of course, Baker is one of them. That's my friend Baker's. I just want to see if anybody can find a headstone with Baker's name on it.
Okay.
And a Cox, C.O.X. Maybe somebody around that area might be named Cox or Snow.
I know Snow.
And
I know where there's some snows.
I know where there's some Cox, COX.
Okay.
Myers, that's one that hardly anybody can find.
I've got cousins that are Myers. My dad's sister was married to a Myers.
Civil War graves. It can be either the south side or the north side. It don't really matter. I think it's so cool.
Long as Civil War.
We're going to have to drive back to West Plains because I know a lot of these are in West Plains.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
A World War II and a World War One and a U.S. flag.
Yeah. You ought to put one in there for mass graves. I know where one of those are too.
I know we're one at too, but that's the Lawson Family Cemetery. My family members,
Yeah, yeah. Well, West Plains, the cemetery we keep mentioning, we did, and we do have a video of it. We did an investigation there, and there was an explosion in that town during a dance.
Yeah.
And there was like 30 some people killed. And there was, I believe, 13 or 14 of them they could not identify because they were so burned up.
Yeah.
But they matched the amount of people that was missing. So they just made a mass grave there in the cemetery and put all their names on it.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
I mean, it'll at least be warmer this time.
Yeah, it's gotta be. Yeah, it was so freezing. I thought I just knew my teeth was gonna chatter trying to explain what was going on at that grave. Yeah.
19 degrees or something that day.
Yes, and to see the video, the sun was all out, and you didn't see no wind blowing, but there was a breeze, but it was 19 degrees, and I was like, oh my God. I had my hands crammed down in my pockets, and I was just like, hurry up and say this and get it over with. I got to get in the car. It's cold.
Yeah.
We had the command center set in a shed behind the house. And so when we would go investigate, boy, we would just be running through the yard as quick as we could
to get in the house. Yeah.
The house where it was warm. And then we'd come back out and we'd be like, don't be hogging that heater over there. It was a cold investigation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Consequently, that's where that mass was I was talking about.
Oh yeah, that black mass that showed up on the video and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, about 1 block from the cemetery.
I really hate to end, y'all, but I'm going to have to get in the bed for work in the morning. So,
okay. Well, you know what us coming on means now, John. You're going to have to do another one of these. You cannot stop doing it now.
Yeah, I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to wait a little later on when everybody's more inside or they can't be outside because it's too cold and maybe
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah, 19 degrees, be inside for sure.
yeah. I just want to try to help people to promote their channels and stuff out and get everything out there and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, and it takes some time. Like I had intended to come on earlier, and then this happened, like I told you about. And Liz was like, "Well, hurry up and go on." And I can't do it. And she's like, "I can't either. You go first." So
I actually got to get Gizmo some socks and some earmuffs put on before he goes back out again.
yeah, he goes chattering on you, and you won't get nothing out of him. He'll just freeze up on you.
Yeah. I will send you this list
Okay.
and everything. And I want to send it to Myers Paranormal too. And
Didn't they win last year?
yeah,
I was thinking he did. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it a little different this year. You're gonna get a trophy, but as soon as first person puts in sends me the list back and says, "Hey, we finished all this,"
Mm-hmm.
and we will put it all in a pile, and we will go through everybody and make sure they, hadn't got online and hunt them that way,
Right. Yeah.
But,
Well, how we did our scavenger hunt was we made them take pictures
yeah,
with them in the picture, so we knew that they actually found it.
Yeah.
So
that's the way Myers did, and he sent me back
Mhm.
some things and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I know that it was all legit and everything. So.
Okay.
But he was they done it that night and sent it back to me the first day.
Oh wow.
Oh, good gracious, y'all didn't take no time. They're gone, But
Yeah. Now he's down there in Alabama too, so
he got some
yeah,
good.
he around quite a few cemeteries and stuff
Yeah.
down there. So yeah. All righty. Well, at least you had people come on for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much.
I
And
look like crap, but I'm at a point. I just don't care. I'm so disgusted with everything that's laying in my floor in the back of the house. I just don't care how I look at this point. So
I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank y'all so much for being here. I hope y'all have a good night and everybody have a good week. And hope and pray that I'll see y'all back next Sunday. I won't be going live like Cemetery Live any of this week, but
okay,
it'll be the following week. So
okay.
appreciate each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all so much, and I really enjoy having y'all in here. And I will catch y'all in the morning. And bye bye, everybody. See y'all.
Bye.